Hello, you're watching Ellie from Ellymentry Papercrafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. At the end of this month, we are launching our new annual catalogue, which I've mentioned before. And there are lots and lots of lovely new items in the catalogue. I will quickly show you the cover. I'm really not allowed to show you inside, I'm afraid. But there are some absolutely gorgeous new products in here. However, the sad news is that to make way for these new products, we have to retire some of our old ones. So that's what I'm going to use today. 3 stamp sets that are not going to be in the new annual catalogue. These stamp sets are all Squared Away, Very Versailles and Flowing Flowers. So let's get started. I'm bringing in a piece of basic white cardstock and one of our masks, and with a blending brush I'm going to use the Balmy Blue stamp pad and build up some ink on my brush. Now I don't want this ink to go over my nice clean grid paper, so I brought in a piece of scrap and I'm just going to take off the heaviest part of that ink. Now I don't want this to be really heavy, it's just in the background. In fact, you probably won't be able to see it on camera, but when the recipient gets the card, they'll be able to see this in the background very gently, very lightly. And I just don't really press down heavily at all. I just move the brush across and I pick it up and just check, and I can see there's a very light shading there, which is all I want to achieve. You do have to hold these down quite firmly and try to go in the opposite way to the actual design, and you'll find that they work better. Now these kind of random patterns don't necessarily have to match up when you move them, because we're going to do some more stamping in different places on top of this. So where they cross over, you probably won't be able to see it anyway. So I'm just trying to get the angle the same, if it's not, even if it's not particularly lined up. And then I'm coming down and just again very lightly going over here, so it just shows in one or two places more than others, and that's all I'm going to do with that. So I'm still going to use the Balmy Blue stamp pad, and I'm going to take 3 of the stamps from the All Squared Away, and that's the lines here, the little bubbles and the lines there. And I'm going to start with the little lines that I'm going to place crosswise. You can obviously turn these stamps so that they can be this way or horizontal. Probably doesn't make an awful lot of difference, to be honest with you, which way round you put them. Oh, by the way, this piece of card measures 5 1/4 inches by 7 3/4, because I like to make an A5 card. So I'm going to come in and stamp this probably about 3/4 to an inch from the top and the left side, and just leave it there for a minute for the ink to transfer. Then I'm coming in with my lined stamp, and I want this to be vertical. Again, I'm using that Balmy Blue, and this one's going to come over to the right hand side and more to the center of the card. And then my third stamp is going to be the little circles, or bubbles as I think of them, and that's going as near as I can to line up with that one, and more or less in the same kind of formation. So that gives us a pleasing kind of shape there, the 3s. 3 is always a good number to work in when you're doing any kind of art project. So the next stamp set I'm using is the Very Versailles, and this has always been one of my very favourites. And I'm just going to use this beautiful vine leaf here and this little border. Now I'm staying with the cool colour of blue, but I'm bringing in Night of Navy for this one. So I'm just going to ink up that beautiful stamp. It's quite a big stamp, so you do have to make sure that you do ink up all of it. And I want to get it sort of slightly on the actual stamps, but also on the white part of the card as well. And I love this navy blue. It's so lovely and dark. Sorry, Night of Navy it's called, but I always think of it as navy blue. And then I'm going to bring this one across this way. I'm not pressing hard, I'm just resting my hands on the stamp to make sure that the ink transfers, so we get a really good deep colour. And I'm very happy with that. I think the two blues really complement each other. So the next stamp I'm bringing in is that little border stamp I mentioned. And this again is going to go in 3 places to match up with the 3s. And that's going to go at the top there. At the bottom here. And at the side. There. This is a really clean and simple card. I don't want anything fussy on it. I just want clean lines. I'm just sticking to the 2 colours. And I'm going in with the Happy Birthday from the Flowing Flowers. Again, one of my favourite stamp sets. And just to change this up a little bit, I've got all the sharp angles here. So I'm just going to go across here just to make this totally different. And go at a different angle. So I've prepared an A5 card with basic white, thick basic white cardstock, and that measures 5 3/4 by 8 1/4. And I've used the Night of Navy to make, it looks like a frame here, but it's going to be a mat for my top piece. And as you know, I gut this to save card. So the piece that's come out of the middle is this piece, and I can use that again on a smaller card maybe, or I can use it for die cutting. So I'm going to use my Tombow multi-purpose glue, which I decant into this bottle, which I can cut a smaller hole in the top so that I don't have to use so much glue. And then I like to pick this up with my tweezers so that I don't get glue on my fingers. And because I've used that wet glue, it means that I can reposition this. I get a couple of seconds to enable me to slide that a little bit in case it's not dead straight when I put it down. I'm happy with that. And then I can place my card on top of there. And again, I'm just going around the outsides with this glue. And you really do not need to use a lot of glue. And then again, I can line that up to where I'm pleased with the positioning. And finish that one off. Now that is my finished card. It's clean and simple. It's just got the 2 blues and the white, and for me that is a lovely, clean, simple card that I'm sure someone will be very pleased to receive. I'd be really appreciative if you could give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Share this video with whoever else you think would be interested. If you'd like to buy anything from the Stampin' Up catalogue, you'll find a link to the digital downloads in the description box below, together with a link to my online store. So please use those if there's anything you would like to purchase. Thank you very much for watching this short video, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye bye for now.